Hey my friends, Base Shogun back at it again, and this time we're taking things in a darker direction. I am of course talking about the brand new Defender of the Universe Galaxy Black Voltron. Now this 7-inch scale Voltron from Super 7 features an exclusive black and gold metallic finishing, as well as 2 sets of fists, of course the blazing sword. And hey, don't worry, Shield lovers, we have you covered too. My question to you is, what did you think of the San Diego Comic-Con reveals? I gotta say, the Transformers look awesome. Unfortunately, the Marvel Legends kind of left me snoozing a bit, except for Detroit Steel. That looks absolutely tremendous. Are you guys ready for the big reveal? I know I am. All right, let's pop the top and let the Voltron drop. And my wife did get me this set as a gift, so I am super excited. All right, let's carefully break the top tape there. There we go. And there he is out of the packaging. And it's not showing up as good on camera how good it looks. The gold looks a lot better than the yellow you're seeing. And guys, it is the little things that matter. And what Super 7 did here is a nice little bonus. I wish Hasbro did this more often or at all. There's a nice piece of plastic there to stop this wire from rubbing and causing paint scratches. That's awesome. And here is the figure. It looks pretty good. Sorry for the dust on it there. It's really picking up on the camera. Here's the back of him here. And on the website, it says handcrafted to order. And at first I thought maybe that was just a mistranslation. I believe that was Big Bad Toy Store. But you know, it does actually look like this could have been a gray kind of mold. And like this is paint here. Like this looks like good quality paint, but you can tell it is painted, so maybe it is actually, you know, hand painted to order. That would be pretty cool. And his alternate hands, so you can have him doing the iconic Voltron pose where he has one arm out. I'm sure we'll do that later on in the video. But yeah, these all seem to be painted quite well. And yeah, no complaints so far. All right, and we have here the blazing sword and shield. The blazing sword is pretty good. I do like the black and the gold on there, but this could have been painted a little bit nicer, I think, but you know, what can you do? And as for the shield here, you know what? Again, it looks pretty good what is painted, but there's not too much going on other than that. The plastic does feel high quality though. Okay, so for articulation, he can move up and down on his arm joint there. These wings do not move, so you can't get a full 360. He does have swivel right here. His elbows can bend a little bit out to there, and he does have wrist articulation and movement too. The head can look up, down, side to side. It can even do an exorcist and spin all the way around. For leg movements, let's try to get him here. Not too much leg movements going on. He can have a not too bad, actually pretty good leg kick there. Pretty nice. And same with this leg too. It does look to have a little bit of paint bubbling or something going on there. And you can see, yeah, it's not, you know, completely matte, but I guess if it is a small production run, it kind of adds to the character of the item. Oh, I should say it also can articulate at the waist there. And if you're going to want to do any weapon holding with this guy, you do have to remove the hands, but don't worry, be brave. Sorry about that, folks. We just lost our lighting. I'll have to get a new cord. That was unfortunate. But if you do want to get him holding anything, be brave. And his hands come out very easily there, and you don't have to worry about it breaking because it does feel like a pretty good quality product. And to put his other hands in, pretty easy. Just peg it in right there on both sides. Now, unfortunately, it does look like, you know, he holds these very loosely here, unless I'm missing something. Like, there you go, like, Whoopsies. As you can see, you can get them in some pretty awesome dynamic poses here. But you know, once you start to wiggle around a bit, it all kind of just falls apart there. He is actually doing a pretty good job of holding on to that sword for dear life. And I did just find another articulation point on him, actually. His shoulder does have this kind of cool, unique bend up there. But honestly, it doesn't really matter. Like, his arms don't go out to the side at all without looking pretty weird. Like, I get you could put him in, like, you know, this kind of pose or whatever, but I don't know, unless I'm missing something, there just seems to be a few kind of design flaws on this guy when it comes to actual posability and playability. However, I have a feeling this is meant to be like a shelf queen, so you just park this on the shelf and enjoy how it looks. And just because I thought that it's almost too janky, it does look like you could almost kind of get his sword in there. This is kind of pliable, like you can see there, but like, that feels like that's gonna break, and I don't think that's what they want you to do on this. And I do apologize for my lack of turntable. It is at another location. So this guy does look really, really cool. I'm gonna pose him and kind of give you my final thoughts on this guy and wrap this video up. All right, guys, it's time for my final review. And this is a little bit of a tough one because he does look really awesome, I think. But as soon as you start to move it around, like, this is mind-boggling, the fact that they chose to have the hands this loose. And let me know if I'm like messing up and I don't understand it, or you're supposed to use, you know, this smaller Voltron hand here, which that doesn't make sense to me either though. And here's a look at the kind of promotional art there. And one big thing is this gray is a lot cheaper and lighter just in appearance. It may be a very high quality plastic, but the gray does not kind of match the darker kind of dark or black on black look that the other one had. And it does look to be like there's a few promo shots of him holding his sword in an impossible way there, which is unfortunate. But yeah, you see, it's kind of a get it and don't move it, because even though it does say it does have extreme articulation, just how it's molded and how the Voltron character is in general, he doesn't have that great a range of motion. I mean, the legendary Defender Voltron from, you know, DreamWorks, I think, what is that, Playmates there? Yeah, Playmates, DreamWorks, that smokes this out of the water for articulation. And at the price, I think it was 70, 80, 100 bucks Canadian-ish. It is a little bit steep, but you know what? I think if it's true and it is kind of painted to order, that's pretty awesome. I am gonna definitely enjoy having it on display, I think. I don't know if I can recommend it though. There's a few changes I really wish they did that would bring it together, especially from an action figure standpoint. Like, this is like display only. As soon as you start moving it around, it'll start to show its shortcomings there. However, packaging, the attention to detail that is there is pretty awesome. Mine did have a few paint blemishes, but you know what? Overall, I think I'm gonna have to give this guy a 6.9. I really like this guy. He's cool. I'm glad I own him, but I don't know if I could recommend that you go out and drop almost 100 Canadian or 70 US on him. You know, you could use that money to put towards maybe the new Carbonics Legendary Defender Voltron that was at San Diego Comic-Con. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. And before you go, if you made it this far, I do appreciate it. We had tons of technical difficulties. The lighting died. I don't know where my turntable is at the moment. The black on black gloves with black table did not do us any favors. But if you made it this far, let's have a listen to the Blazing Sword Voltron's figures audio effects.
From days of long ago, from uncharted regions of the universe, comes a legend. The legend of Voltron, Defender of the Universe. Voltron! Sword, blazing sword!
All right, guys, thank you so much for listening to that there. And remember, don't let anyone or anything ever stop you from collecting.